What's up, everyone, and welcome back to UA Anime Club, the weekly podcast where we discuss the newest seasons of My Hero Academia as it comes out week to week. I'm your extremely sick host, Seth3, and as always, I'm joined by my two co-hosts, Poyo and Micah. Say hi, you guys.
I got like 4 hours of sleep.
I got 10.
You know, I just realized I introduce you as Poyo and Micah, but Micah always introduces himself first.
Yeah, I'm Micah.
I'm
Hi.
shy.
So I'm already coughing.
I really you saying I'm shy. I like that with your like concerned Aki profile pic. It
I'm
matches.
I
Anyway.
wonder if like a first time listener would just like assume like that Micah is Poyo, Poyo is Micah because
Yeah,
of the
no.
way the intro happens. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm Poyo.
No, he's not.
And I'm Micah. What? I'm Micah, and I don't know how to impersonate you.
That's a good impression. Anyway,
I'm Micah.
It has been how long since the last My Hero episode? About a week?
a week, yeah, because we got a break.
Yeah, they did a break and we also had a very long break.
Mm-hmm.
But we covered 2 episodes and those are up. Obviously, you've probably already listened to that one if you're listening to this. As I said before, I sound sick because I am sick, and I caught it. I guess I caught it over the week. But that's not gonna stop. The show must go
The
on.
show must go on. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
We got an episode to record. We got an episode. We watched it. It was good. It was great. It was awesome. It was amazing.
The second cour.
The second cour of My Hero Academia season 6 has begun, and we've officially entered a new arc with episode 127, Hellish
Mhm.
Hell. Or wait, hold on. I should actually correct myself. We've officially started this arc with half an episode
Half an episode.
because
I guess
mostly
because
recap.
Yeah, because it's the second quarter. They're like, we gotta recap everything. Do they remember? I don't think they remember.
It was only a week, Bones or
It was only a
Toho or
week.
whoever. We didn't need this, but of course
Bro.
what we usually do is I'm the one that's gonna recap the episode, but I don't want to, as you can hear my voice. It's not in recapping condition right now.
Yeah.
So
Seth will die instantly if he tries.
yeah,
Our little host boy needs to take a little load off.
exactly. So that's why I'm giving the floor to Micah with his responsibility recapping today's episode.
Do we want to talk about the OP first?
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Okay, so new cour, new part 2 of the season equals new opening.
Yeah.
With the song "Hour" by Eve, that you know them from, like, if you've watched Jujutsu Kaisen, they did that first opening.
He was also in he did the last ED for Chainsaw Man.
For Chainsaw Man as well. And
he's golden.
Yeah, very good artist, and
good band.
He's in a lot of stuff now.
This song is really good. This opening in general is just really good. I mean,
so good.
We got, well, first off, we got the greats. We got Hayashi. We got all of like Studio Bones' powerhouses working together on this.
Yeah.
But what's really unique about this opening, Yutaka Nakamura, Utapon, the Cube guy. Is the he did a big like section of this opening. He storyboarded and animated like the big chorus section of the OP. And fun fact, this is like the first time he's like done that for an anime opening since like 2011 with this anime called Star Driver. And he like brought his like A game. This is like one of the best like sequences of an MHA I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
And it's just in the opening.
Yeah.
This opening's really, really like this opening. First of all, like it does that thing that I like a lot of the opening, but a lot of fuck. Cut that shit out, please.
Restart the episode.
It does something that a lot of the openings do that I really like, where it's very like it brings back that stylization with like the thick lines and sort of the
Yeah.
like sort of blockiness that's like very like it like kind of calls back to Hori's art
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
the animation's really good. It reminds me of like an early My Hero like opening,
Yeah.
like the song and the visuals. It kind of takes me back to like peace sign, like in that little
Like that the second season opening where it also had like a comic book style. It
Mhm.
reminded me of that one too. We got a tease of a new character.
We do.
Yeah. I wonder
you-
who that
I wonder
is.
who
Anime
this is
onlys
going to
won't
be.
know, but you know,
Mm.
look forward to her. Yeah,
But
I love the thick outlines, the stylized, and like I liked it for the last opening, but I like it like even more for this. It's just
Yeah.
it looks
I love
so good.
I love how dark and moody it is.
Yeah.
That totally it
Yeah.
totally fits the vibe that the rest of the season's gonna take.
Mhm. It needs to
And
do that.
there's like an interesting bit of like moments where you'll see Deku's eyes, and they sort of draw him kind of like rectangular,
Mm.
and it
Mm.
kind of like really makes him look really like depressed in a way.
Yeah.
And I guess that makes
Yeah, they
sense.
are kind of squarish a little bit.
Yeah, they're more angular.
Also, there's like they do that little cut thing where Deku like I don't know what you call it. Deku isn't the only one who's done this before, where he's like zooming.
Mhm.
He's like zooming.
They didn't do the traditional My Hero opening bit where they fight the sky this which I think is good.
They all fight the
Subverted
ground.
that. They subverted that with last opening where they fought the sky, but the sky was from Shigaraki's perspective, right? And in this one they don't do it at all. So I'm wondering if it's like a transition of like we're moving away from the
Watch them do
tropes
it next
these
season.
openings have. They
Watch
Watch
will
them do it
probably.
next season, bro.
There's another point actually I want to point out in this opening that to me doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
There's like a gray silhouette guy that screams into the air for like a
You
second.
see like
Who
his
is that?
skeleton like bone structure. He's like
He's-
extremely thin. It's just there. And I like to think that like if this is animated by Nakamura or someone like one of the big guys, like he one of them was just like, I'm just gonna animate this thing, and they're like at Bones, they're just like, what the fuck is this? I will put it in, but like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I don't understand what it is.
I like to think
Yeah,
my philosophy mind likes to think it's the pain of society or something.
Wait, hold
like
on,
that.
wait.
pain of
We're looking at it right
society.
now. Look at it closely.
Wait. There's a scar.
There's a scar in his lip and a scar in his
That's
eye. This is Shigaraki.
Is it Shigaraki? I guess
We figured it out in real time.
in real time.
Hair slicked back.
Yeah, why is it like
Hair.
okay.
I don't. I guess. Yeah, I guess.
But it's
Oh, wait.
shaky, bro.
Wait, okay, and then you go back because there is a bit with Shigaraki and he's screaming
Yeah.
later, like right here. We might have just
I
figured
don't
this
know.
out.
Yeah.
We might have just like figured it out.
We might have. I guess.
We solved the opening, guys.
Yeah,
maybe.
okay, Shigaraki, it makes sense, but I still like to think that
It's just
someone drew something and they were like, "We'll
Yeah.
put it in."
We'll put it in. And
But yeah,
the
opening's real good.
it is, and the ending section, like near the ending section of it, where it's just like
Little baby Tenko.
yeah, Tenko like getting like just Shigaraki's like hard shells like flowing away.
And reveals the child.
Well, yeah, while Deku lends out his hand, like the hand that he
Yeah.
never got
This shit is
as a kid.
so
It just it hits the parallels so well of My
yeah.
Hero.
Also, like, there's a lot of emphasis on the friends.
Yeah.
The class 1A, they're all here, which I like.
And look, I know anime onlys may be like, oh, his friends, season 1 or whatever.
It's gonna make sense.
It's gonna make sense. I promise you. There's importance. It's
You
there
should be
for a reason.
you should be happy that they're even here in the first place, dog. Oh,
Have you
there's a cool section at the start where it's like animated environment where Deku's fucking Spider-Man swinging.
Love it.
Have you seen like anime onlys complain about Deku's friends? I've only seen manga readers complain about it.
Is
Oh,
it?
for real?
Huh. That's funny.
I don't know. We've had years of people complaining that the side characters don't get any fucking like spotlight. So
true.
like, I don't know.
And then when
Are
they
people
do,
really
people are like, "Not like
gonna
that."
be like, are people really gonna be like, where's Deku, bro?
Yeah. Deku is really having his Spider-Man moment where he's just suffering.
Yeah.
He's going through it.
Yeah.
So look forward to that.
So yeah, this
It's
opening is sick.
a
Sick.
banger.
And as
Absolute
and
banger.
speaking of sick, as I was saying before I forgot about the opening, because I'm sick, I'm not recapping this episode.
Yeah.
Now I'm handing the floor.
Okay, Poyo, go ahead.
What?
Bro.
No, just kidding. Okay. Let's begin. Episode 200. 127.
you in the future.
Hellish Hell. The second core of MHA Season 6 starts on a more somber note. As everything is, well, fucking depressed. So, society has lost faith in the hero system after the destruction of Jakku City. Horikoshi loves his Star Wars references. And the utter defeat of Endeavor and Japan's top heroes. We begin with Redestro enjoying the collapse of heroes as he plans to grow the Paranormal Liberation Front and its products. We then lead into Deku recapping the first core and detailing about the League members like Gigantomachia, Mr. Compress, and the head honchos of the Liberation Front, and the 16,000 plus members within it that were captured. That is a shit ton of members.
Yeah,
Imagine
I was
having
lot,
to transport that many people.
Like, holy fucking shit. So many people just fell down a
And we had like a
pipeline.
couple hundred heroes.
Yeah.
Fighting these guys.
Yeah, there's like only a couple hundred heroes, like, but versus 16,000 members. The police are having a big day, capturing all those. But anyway, upon the ruins of the many cities that were destroyed, Uraraka and Froppy are seen helping out the countless citizens in need of saving. Though some heroes have given up, this becomes an overwhelming task for Uraraka. We can see there's just a really good scene of Uraraka. She's just going back and forth between saving so many like citizens just stuck underneath the ruins that Gigantomachia like ran through and destroyed. Along with that, there's just like you get a really depressing, like overwhelming vibe that she's feeling.
Just like dread, like just
Dread.
like everything. Like this is the point where everything that a lot of these kids like believed in is starting to like crumble.
She witnesses like another pro hero just like shut down and is like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah,
I need to look for a new line of work.
He gives up entirely, like, and you just see her expression of just like disbelief and like dread, like Poyo said.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really fucking tough scene.
It's a tough scene, like beginning as the scene begins with like the two children trying to help each other. I was like already getting like emotional, And then, like, as the scene continued, I was just tearing up.
Yeah.
Like, starting to kinda, like, tear up. I wasn't crying, but, like,
I felt I
I was
felt I felt
I
the
was
scene.
feeling I was
Also, cause
feeling the
this also
emotions.
cause also cause the season, like, just has really good music, so, like, I
Yeah.
think the
Yeah,
music plays a part in that too, of
and the
really,
voice
like
acting.
yeah.
There's like a
Yeah, this
part
is fucking
there's a part where it's like a med bay and heroes are like handing like the doctor like
Mm.
people to save, and he's like, "Just put him down right there." And he's like, "But he's bleeding out." He's like, I cannot save everyone who is here right now."
He's
And
gotta prioritize the people
he's
that
got to prioritize the people he knows he can save,
yeah, a higher chance
and
of surviving.
which
like
is so dark.
It's so dark,
it's
yeah.
it's
This
dark, but it's real.
it's
You
real.
know,
Yeah.
like
It
if a major disaster like this happened.
yeah. You definitely in this episode feel like just the utter destruction, hopelessness of these citizens and heroes.
Mhm.
Everyone's struggling. After that scene though, among the
Mm,
captures were also the deaths of dozens of heroes during the big battle, including Midnight. Fuck.
yeah, so you said one of you guys said that in the manga, it's just, like, panels,
It's
there's no
just a panel.
dialogue,
It's
but
just a
in
panel of the like 1A kids crying.
yeah, but the show is like, "No, we're gonna have you hear these kids, like, breaking down crying because they realized that one of their teachers, adult figures in their life got fucking killed."
Yeah.
Mhm.
They they witness the like dead body of her, and it's just like I'm very glad that they added more to that scene because if I can critique the manga, it's that scene kind of just like it was just a panel and it flew by.
Mhm.
Um,
I
but
was
in
afraid
this,
I was afraid the anime was gonna make it like a still.
same.
Oh, yeah. The
Me
joke
too.
people make where it's like, this My Hero episode was lit, and this is stills.
Yeah, but like thankfully, as they've done this whole season so far, they've only added to
Mhm.
the whole like arc as a whole.
Yeah.
It it really hurts. It
That
hurts
shit
even
fucking
more.
hurted.
Yeah, especially if you've, like, followed the show for a very long time, like, obviously, you're gonna be, like you know who Midnight is,
Yeah.
but, like,
Mm.
as someone who's read Vigilantes as well,
Yes.
Oh,
where
yeah.
you get to see, like, her in the flashback arc with Aizawa, but also just permanent character in that as well,
Mm-hmm.
like,
She's
you get to
prominent.
see she's, like it's like a big, like it's an even bigger blow if you're, like, in tune with, like, the expanded universe stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, they said Majestic, one of the pro heroes that was there, also died.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
I died.
I think Majestic was, like,
He was the like wizard hero
he
guy.
was the
Did
wizard guy, but he
yeah.
was, like, Yairozu and, Lizard Girl that splits apart, or they're, like, hero, uh
Trainer kinda?
Yeah. Wasn't
yeah,
he the one who, like,
Something like
they
they're works
transported all the kids on, like, the, like, circles or something? Like, he got them out to
yeah.
safety. Yeah.
he did, yeah.
I do not like seeing Kirishima cry. That shit hurts my feelings.
Me neither.
That shit hurts my fucking
I
feelings.
don't like s
I don't like seeing any of them cry.
right.
No.
You gotta
It
feel bad,
That sh-
especially for Yairozu, because
yeah.
she was,
she
like
she was basically leading them and like trying her best, absolute best to like help this situation.
of
Midnight
course.
was the one who was like, yeah, Momo, she's gonna make a good leader, you know?
Mhm. Especially, like, you feel bad for Yairozu because, like, we know that because of, like, past arcs, that she is very, like, self-critical, I
Yeah.
guess, Like
She is.
she is definitely like, oh, this is on me. This is like that's definitely going through her head, which sucks. I don't want these kids to be going through trauma.
Yeah, they're 16. These are 16-year-olds. Like they should not be dealing with this. They should not be like evacuating people who are on the brink of death out of fucking city road. Like this should not be a problem for them.
A death like this is such a big blow, like, to these students who are still like developing mentally and physically.
Mhm.
So it's like damn, like from season 1 where it's just like, oh, the tone of that to this tone is just a big, how would I say? I don't know. It's just like such a big difference.
I think it really works though
It
because
does.
My Hero as like a weekly manga had ran at this point. I think this is near the 6th year because we just reached 8 years of My Hero.
Yeah.
So I think this is the 6th
Oh
year.
my god.
8 years,
But
Jesus.
but that's like, you know, as time goes on, your audience is getting older as well. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, your story's gonna get more mature. And I think like Horikoshi was just really smart with like writing this because it works really well. Even though like in the main manga and anime, Midnight isn't like a main character, it still works.
Like when season 1 of My Hero came out, I was 16 back then, or 15, depending.
I was in middle school when it came out.
Yeah. So like of course, like as I've grown, the series has also grown its tone too.
Yeah, it's matured.
It's matured.
I think what makes Midnight's death actually like hurt this much is because the kids are so hurt.
Yes.
We care about the kids and their feelings, so therefore when they are experiencing like a loss, even though it's a character that has less screen time than them, it still affects us.
Yeah, because that's one of their teachers, you know. I mean,
there was a light novel that came out after these couple of chapters of it was before this arc, and it was like them just having like springtime like fun or whatever. And there's a page spread of it's Midnight and Aerie, and Midnight is giving Aerie her like it's like I forget what they're called because they're like celebrating like a holiday and like a springtime holiday, and she gives her like an outfit, and it was hers that she wore as a little girl, and it was just like this really sweet like drawing of the two of them. And also Horikoshi made a sketch on Twitter that was really wholesome, and so yeah, Horikoshi he was like letting the dirt rub in the wound a little bit.
Yeah,
today's sketch doesn't help.
Yeah,
no, it doesn't either.
Because today's sketch is of Mina,
and she's holding Midnight's mask.
Yeah, and she has just a really gloomy expression. It's just like, if you know, you know, and it hurts even more. But the rest of the episode, we mainly end the episode with the citizens kind of like criticizing the heroes' like endeavor for losing, which I mean, what can he do? And
and they're all just like, was that shit true? Like,
yeah,
the whole Dobby shit.
And then we get a scene with Shigaraki, but really all for one, talking to the rest of the league, like Spinner and Davi. With and then we also like get a scene with him in his like jail cell. Well, he's basically talking at the same time, I guess. While he's controlling Shigaraki, and you can tell he's enjoying like this new age of chaos. He takes delight. And
This
then
dude needs to be taken out. Like
he does.
he needs to die.
He needs the
Yeah.
lethal injection.
He still isn't dead, right? Like he needs to fucking die.
Yeah.
They should drop some missiles on him, I think.
Yeah.
A pipe bomb.
Or just yeah. And then like the episode just ends basically with him basically saying, "I have a plan to free
Yeah.
me, so go free me."
Yeah.
Right,
Also, I think Seth pointed this out, but one of the kids who was talking during that little section where the citizens are discussing what happened, like what, those two kids, they're from when
Was it season 3 or 4?
Bakugo and Todoroki had to do like extra work to like make up for
Yeah.
their fucking like what was it? It was during the provisional license exam,
Mm-hmm.
or like either after that, something, I don't know. But they were taking care of those kids.
It was the makeup test they had to do because they failed the provisional license.
Yeah.
Yeah, they failed it, so they had to do a retake, and they were taking care of kids. It's like a
Yeah.
makeup thing, and like it was that snotty kid with like the fucking
The white boy hairstyle.
white boy hairstyle who was being like mean to children, and even Bakugo was like, "Bro, you need to stop like putting people down. You know, that's not cool."
I like what the white-haired kid says. He's like, "Oh, don't worry. We got 5 weenies out there protecting us." Talking about Todoroki because he called the little things on his belt. He called them weenies.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Oh,
That's
I love that my hero like Corey just remembers
yeah, he does.
all these fucking minimal characters, but like they come back. It kind of reminds me of like, you know how in Attack on Titan there's like characters like that who come back later on?
Yeah,
And you're just like
a wet fart noise? What was that?
yeah, you like fart a lot because like you're just like, God, Horikoshi, you're so smart. Yeah.
Shigaraki looks pretty beat up when we
This
see
dude,
him.
one for all, whatever your name is, you need to get out his body, bro.
Yeah, get out. Yeah, well, for sure, get out of his body.
Leave
please.
my baby girl alone.
Leave my baby girl alone, you monster.
Yeah, he looks awful. His skin is still like not fully formed back.
Yeah, he's not completely healed yet.
They also expanded like back to the way beginning of the episode. They also expanded like a section that we knew happens in the manga but didn't see, where like Redestro and like his secretary meet up with the public safety people.
Yeah.
And like he kills like the public safety head or chairwoman.
Oh yeah. Because we were like, is this new?
Yeah, because it is new because we didn't see it happen, but it's not new because it happened. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, because like as a manga reader, like I don't remember those too well. So if it's new, it's new. But it's pretty cool. It's at least a pretty cool lead in to the recap instead of just suddenly recapping.
Yeah, that recap still is kind of ass because it took up like half the fucking episode.
Yeah,
that's the fucking problem
with
this episode. It's a good episode, but half of it is like useless. Like it doesn't actually. There's no new content until like after the fucking like eye catch.
Yeah, for what's like adapted, it's really really good. But for the recap just spoils it.
Yeah, it's too much.
It's too much. I was expecting it to just kind of like fly by kind of quick, but then it just kept going and going. And I was just like,
yeah,
oh.
like we saw.
We know.
Like I would have
done this before.
Yeah,
I would have liked it better if they just like kept up with the like expanded scene that they did at the beginning, and then maybe like really slow down on with like the second half's content.
Yeah,
just let it sink You know,
Yeah.
I feel like that would have
Yeah.
been better.
Mhm.
But I guess that because they didn't do the recap of last season at the beginning like they usually do, they had to meet some sort of TV station mandate of having a recap episode, so might as well have
Yeah.
been this one.
I guess like for shonen roles, I feel like it's like since it's the second cour, they're like, okay, we got recap.
Right.
Um
Maybe.
Also like on kind of like the topic of adding scenes. Seth like brought up to me that it would be interesting if they added even more to this arc, which obviously we haven't seen. We're just the beginning of this part, but like it'll be interesting how they adapt it because there is quite a bit that they could add if they felt like it.
Right, because in I guess we can kind of like just kind of like a predictions like
Mhm.
section here. Because in the manga, right, there's lots of like there's like it's a really, really solid arc, right?
Yeah.
But there's like certain sections that just kind of get like glossed over for the
Yeah.
sake of like
Pacing.
moving along.
Yeah.
I think that because this is like an anime, it's moving, it's voice acted, it's active.
Yeah.
You could take some of the things that were like glossed over and really expand on them. There's some fights that are implied to have happened, or like you
Mhm.
see fights that it's like the aftermath of it happening. I think it'd be really cool if Bones like just went in and animated those.
Yeah.
And
'Cause
also maybe add some stuff setting up maybe setting up things from future arcs that might need it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a certain thing they could maybe add, you know.
Right, because there's you're probably thinking exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And there is a little bit of that
There
in
is.
the arc coming up that uh is like prelude to a future arc.
Mm.
But I think it could be even more. And it's
Yeah.
not to say that the arc is bad and it
No.
needs like band-aids. I'm just saying that if they did it like 1-to-1, it would be like, oh yeah, it was an awesome arc.
Yeah,
But if
yeah.
they
Yeah.
expanded on it like they did a little bit with the beginning of this episode,
It could be even
it,
better.
it could be like
Yeah.
almost perfect.
Yeah, cuz this next section, reading it from like week to week, it feels kind of long, but I feel when you like read it continuously, it goes by pretty quick.
Did
If
we
they
talk about
do, oh what?
if they do what? I'm sorry. I
Okay.
interrupted you.
If they add more scenes, I
Mhm.
feel like that could definitely benefit even more.
Did we talk about the ED yet?
We have not.
We did not
We should do that
Yeah.
talk about the email.
because the ED
The
is
ED
equally
sucks.
This
no,
shit sucks. It's
No,
ass,
it's really good.
man. It's fucking.
it's equally as good
It's
as
equally as good.
the opening.
Yeah.
It is the song is called Kitakaze by band Six Lounge. And it has this like it kind of has this like Naruto Shippuden kind
It
of
does.
vibe to it with the music.
Song sounds like a Naruto opening. Yeah.
It's weird.
Something
It's something I feel like MHA lacked a little bit. I think it
Yeah.
needed some of that like
that classic shonen feel.
that classic shonen feel for its opening or
Yeah.
its songs. And the ending is really cool because it's like it kind of pays homage to the first one where it's
Yeah,
like
that's the
Deku running.
thing I really like because as soon as it's just like him running, I was like, oh, this is just like season 1 ZD, and that makes me happy because I really like that one.
And in the background, it's really cool. You get to see all of like the pivotal moments from the series, from
Each
like
episode.
Deku's like point of view. And like you get to see all of the moments with his like mom or with his friends. And it's like as if you were there in Deku's eyes. And
Mhm.
It's
it
his
also
whole
has
journey.
the same comic book thick line art style as the opening does, and it's just so good and it's emotional and
again it feels like an early My Hero like ending, which I really like.
It also kind of gives me a sense of the impending doom that this series is close to ending.
Oh, no, you're right. Because this does feel like close to ending ED.
Because like we got 1 or 2 seasons probably left.
Yeah. Unless
You think, I
Horikoshi's
don't
just like,
know.
you know what? Let's go on for 5 more years.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
maybe,
think
I don't know.
we're getting a few more seasons, but like definitely the manga, like I don't know, because like we talked about it last week, right? Like how long is the manga gonna last for?
Right.
Yeah,
we
Horikoshi
were
basically said like we're still near the end.
Yeah. It just took maybe a little longer than because he wanted to wrap it up in a year but couldn't.
Yeah.
Right.
He got sick a lot and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And also just like the content that he had planned for just a year was never going to be just a year.
No.
Right. There's so many, at least from what I've heard, there's just so many things that need to be like tied up. So like,
yeah, there's a lot of plot threads still.
It's definitely, I don't know. I feel like we get 2 more seasons out of the anime.
Yeah.
Depending on like how long the manga can go.
Let's get to season 10.
We're in the final arc of the manga, but who knows? Maybe the final arc is like
long
5
as
years
fuck.
long. You know?
It's like, oh, that where he's like, yeah, it's like almost done, and then
and then 10 years later, he's like, we're 80% done, you guys.
And just like, fuck.
We're in the final saga of One Piece.
It's
gonna go on for like another 5 or 7 years.
We're gonna have kids by the time this shit ends, bro.
Oh my god.
That's a scary thought.
But then you can show your kids One Piece, right? And then when they grow up and have kids, One Piece will still be going.
Oh my god.
Two Piece.
It'll go after he dies.
Like the point that you brought up, Seth, the POV like shot that's so. I didn't notice that first, but when you brought it up, I was like, "Holy shit, that makes it so much better!" It's such a good like, just like restructuring of these scenes, I guess you could say.
Right, it makes
they could just use screenshots, but like these are clearly redrawn. That was a cute face. This is clearly redrawn. Like some of them are kind of more like overhead perspectives, where it's like because Deku's head is still in the shot, but like it is like POV.
Yeah,
you are Deku.
I think
it details like it just shows his entire journey up to this.
I think it was Yuki Hayashi who drew the background art, and I think he has a little bias towards Uraraka because there's some of the most adorable, like cute Uraraka drawings I've ever seen come out of the show. But man,
she's a cute girl.
Yeah.
What a great ending.
What a great ending.
I really like this song too. Like even when I first heard it in like the previews for it, like the other week, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, I really like both the OP. Oh yes, okay. OP and ED. I was like trying to think. Wait, do you call it that or? But yeah.
What are they called?
What are they called?
I like how the final Deku point of view friend shot is Bakugo making the most disgusting face he has ever made.
Yes. It's so important.
And then there's the last shot of
it ends there's the statue with All Might. All Might has like a sign on him that says "I am not here," which first of all, like I know it's it's super fucking I know it's supposed to be like a,
it's a message.
It's a message of how hero society is crumbling. Yeah. But it's so fucking.
It reminds me of in Batman v Superman, where they wrote "false god" on the Superman statue.
Dude, don't even.
It's like that, but it actually works and it's effective.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. Dude, what if it said false god on the statue in My Hero
Someone's
Academia?
gonna make that edit for sure.
Please. Yeah, but this final thing with all the friends is really good.
I think my only gripe with
Mhm.
the opening and ending is that it sort of spoils
It does
the
a little.
ending of this arc where
But
Deku.
it's out of context.
It
Well,
is kind of out
It
of
is.
context, but
we don't
like
you don't know the full. Yeah.
there's gonna be a scene with like Deku and friends, you know.
Yeah, it does kind of give it away, but it, I don't.
But that's what
It
makes
gives it away, but doesn't give everything away. You know, because
yeah.
there's a lot of shit that they did not show in this opening. Like there's a lot of
Yeah.
stuff that happens that they didn't show. When you said that, it reminded me of like fairy tale openings and fairy tale
Oh
openings.
my god.
They just show the entire arc. Like they just
Yeah.
show everything
Yeah.
it's almost kind of it's kind of
And like
fucking wild.
and with Fairy Tail, right? Like the arcs, like the way the anime will adapt arcs is that they'll span across multiple openings. So they'll spoil the arc in different ways in every opening.
Mhm.
Yeah, like it's so fucking crazy.
It's it's in that era of shonen where they're just like, this arc's gonna be really long, so like, here's everything that you're gonna see.
Yeah. It was kind of funny.
Yeah. In the opening, there's a really good reference to Batman, a panel of Batman. It's where Deku is on like a
Like a
gargoyle.
gargoyle, yeah.
Yeah. Where he's just like standing and like looking off to the city.
That
Yeah.
is a scene that we will see later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't always like to compare, but I do kind of like the OP and endings more than the last one.
Right.
More than the Liberation War ones or last season.
Uh,
the first
the
ones of this
lore,
season.
the first
Okay.
cour.
Yeah.
I do like these songs. I like the ending song more.
Yeah, me too.
I really like the first openings, like visuals though. Like I
I
really
do.
like those.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah, the
think that
first
these are like they're like a step up in some aspects.
Mhm.
opening 10, the last one, had like a really good like this is really good for like an actiony superhero like oh the final battle is gonna pump you up kind of
Yeah.
vibe. And this one is really like it leans into the more gritty like graphic novel type
Yeah.
of comic book style.
Mm.
Like if the first opening is like Superman flavored, this one is Batman flavored.
It is. Yeah, definitely.
Batman flavor.
Batman.
I'm definitely gonna be like screenshotting some of these because like
Yeah.
there'll be some great references because I love when the anime and Horikoshi does like thick outlines for his stuff.
I kind of
Mhm.
wish that this opening is just what the show looked like a little
No,
Yeah.
here's the thing. I wish that too.
Cause like we've complained about like how like like the show and its visuals and stuff like
Yeah.
more so just about how other people treat it, but like I do miss that like how the early seasons were a lot more consistent with that stylization. Then as time went on, they kind of just like stopped doing that.
Yeah.
Which it could be time, it could be that it's just and they do it sometimes like for impact, but like it's not they never really carried it over, and
like
it does make me a little like
like if the show like just looked like this opening and ending
Mhm.
like from like this season onward and you kind of treat it like how like Dragon Ball Super or One Piece kind of like shifted their art styles,
Yeah.
like it'd be perfect.
Yeah. Because
But like
go ahead.
I think maybe it is for the best to like have it be the same so that when you have your whole box set package, it looks like the same show, you know?
Yeah. Well, I think that's stupid. No, just kidding.
Maybe it is stupid. Maybe I'm grasping at straws trying to think of a reason here.
It's kind of like how Attack on Titan in the beginning, like with the first season, it had a very bulky art style. It was
Yeah,
very
like very
bright,
thick lines.
and yeah, it had very, very thick lines. Eventually, that kind of like the lines got more thinner over time.
Mm-hmm.
To kind of match the more of the tone and
Yeah. I think especially by like, well, obviously after the studio change, that never carried over because it wasn't the same people, and
Right.
also not the same directors anymore. So like
Yeah.
that was, but yeah, like by season 3, they kind of stopped doing that. I think they did it for certain things, but like
It's for certain scenes, yeah, as like
yeah,
close-up scenes and stuff. But I do kind of like with My Hero. I kind of wish like the style kind of got a change and a more
yeah.
like thicker look.
Yeah, like a more comic booky.
Yeah.
They just need to fucking re-up them backgrounds, bro. That's
God.
that's quite literally my like
The
the only
backgrounds in
thing.
this opening look real
They look
good.
good.
They would look really good.
My only thing with My Hero generally is that their backgrounds are just kind of like boring.
They're very
They're
just
capable of doing like really good. It also might just have to do with lighting and compositing.
yeah. They're often kind of like just standard cut. Like here's a background.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a hero looking city.
Yeah.
And whenever they do like a really far shot of like a city, it's all just kind of like colors, shapes and colors.
Colors, shapes and colors,
Like
the likes of which I've never seen.
Yeah, it's like a camo like texture like look to it. And it's always like a big like nip for me.
Yeah.
Because it just kind of looks ugly to me. Same with the trees too.
The trees.
The trees. Look at me, I'm a anime fan. I'm
Look at
nitpicking
me
all
being
these
like,
little details.
Oh, look at all the cloud is in the sky.
The
Like,
clouds
what's
in
yeah.
the sky.
Why is the sky blue?
Yeah,
Why are you blue?
the sky actually does change color in this episode. It changes.
It does.
Like, and I like what they did, right? Because we talked about that scene with Uraraka watching the one hero kind of start to give up.
Yeah.
Like from the episode up until that point was kind of just been the standard, but then after that scene, the sky becomes like purple, and
Yeah,
the
kind of like
shading
changing into the evening.
and the lighting becomes a lot darker, especially when you see like the kids overlooking midnight. And then when you finally get to the end of the episode, it's transitioned to the end of the day. It's begun to rain. It's dark.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, there's like a sunset section,
There is
and then
and
it's dark.
then and then when it goes to the villains, it's nighttime. It's raining.
Does that mean that like this entire like life and death battle for the fate of society happened in like a
Within
morning?
the day.
I assume like it began in the like as soon as the sun rose, basically. That's when the battle really began.
Woke up pretty early, and now the entire day passed, and now it's nighttime.
What a day!
What a day!
What a day, bro!
Because
12 episodes.
That reminds me.
The whole day was just spent like they infiltrate, they break down this whole like structure with all the villains, and Mirko fucking invades the doctor's lair, loses a few limbs, Shigaraki and Deku fight, all that shit. That is really a day, the most days of days.
Day ever.
This is like the arc with the longest chapter count in the manga.
Yeah.
and it's a single like day, and that reminds me of like
It reminds me
Dragon Ball of Dragon Ball Z, the Majin Buu saga, which is like not counting like the beginning of the Buu saga where it's like go on in high school and then they go to the tournament. As
Yeah.
soon as the tournament begins for the next like 200 episodes, it is a single day.
Jesus Christ.
You don't see the sun
Fuck.
go down once.
Fuck. I was going to say it reminded me of them. You guys haven't like to this, but in Jujutsu Kaisen there is an arc called the Shibuya arc, which I would kind of compare to this, where it's like this is where everything goes to shit. This is
Yeah,
where
that's what I've
everything
heard.
this is where everything changes for the worst. And like I think the Shibuya arc literally it takes place over the course of like a day or two. I could be wrong, but like the amount of time that passes not long. Like and it's a long arc.
Yeah.
So like
isn't it like Halloween? Like isn't
yes,
that
it takes place on Halloween.
just that Halloween? Like what the hell?
Like Halloween night just fucking sucks.
Damn, no candy.
They got no candy.
Props to this episode because it got me tearing up. It didn't. I wasn't crying, but I was like tearing up and feeling emotional.
Yeah, because like it sucks.
It's because like seeing like as soon as like it showed the kids like just struggling, I was like, oh, here we go.
Oh, who's this guy? Who's this guy with the animal talking quirk again? I forgot his name. Coda, yeah, he's like helping people.
Yeah,
and I was like, man.
And Araka's just like so overwhelmed. I said that before, but it's just like you can really feel it.
There's a bit where she saves those kids, the really serious scene, and just to like ease the tension, like they draw her with like a funny looking expression.
And she's like, that was close. Yeah, it really did get me because like
they did a good job adapting.
I think it was like the voice acting and music choice.
The music, yeah.
I said earlier that like the music choice is very like effective for this.
Thank you,
because like I think for me, not that I hate it. Anything where like kids are crying and there's like lots of desperation, like that's an easy way to get me to be like, fuck.
There's a bit where like a kid has like they're holding their like a little kid is crying and like holding their like bloody arm.
Yeah, she's like, where's my mom? I want my mom. Like that sucks.
Yeah, seeing like the kids that are impacted by this, it's just
kind of like
hits even more.
In a way, it could almost be like triggering for a few people.
It could,
I think. Just like the despair.
Yeah, because it kind of reminds me. This is very, at least if I were to apply it to like a real world situation, like like natural disasters, where like lots of damage happens and there's lots of people who die because they just weren't able to be saved. Like even like lots of natural disasters where it's like the main people who are impacted by them the worst are like people who live in impoverished and like lesser fortunate neighborhoods, because like those are the type of neighborhoods that aren't more likely to be searched in, and people aren't they don't have the money to like escape.
Or their like infrastructure is like not as up to date as the rest of like the city. So like there's
those
more
are the people. Those are the people who end up suffering the most. Either
something that like is when you put like into like when you realize like Gigantomachia, he was going through like at least a dozen cities, and each city is just like that scene we saw.
Yeah, that shit's like, it's like Attack on Titan. Like that's scary as fuck.
Yeah, it is scary.
And yes, I made that comparison because it's a big guy going through
a big guy going raw.
Yeah, big guy going raw.
I want to see a redraw of Shigaraki, or like All For One going like a declaration of war, and then
my god,
Gigantomachia like jumps up.
Yeah, but That shit sucks. It's so fucking. It's
For
just really sad.
for what this episode adapted, it did very good.
Mhm.
Besides the recap, which kind of
Yeah.
brought it down.
It's like half an episode,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
I
the half
think
that we got was really good.
Yeah.
I don't know what's worse, like the way they did the half episode recap with this one, or the last season where it was Endeavor in a
Endeavor.
chair.
I think
Oh
that
my
was worse.
God.
I
I
think that
think
was way
that's
worse.
worse because, like, if it's like, because that wasn't that like it was interspliced throughout the episode, and
No,
it
it
was
was
also
like
just
I think it was like worse, I think, because they keep cutting back to Endeavor in the chair and you think he's gonna like
oh
something's gonna
yeah,
happen, and then it like cuts back to the flashback.
Yeah.
yeah, like whenever it does cut back, it's not anything new. It's not like other,
Yeah.
nothing happens essentially.
Yeah. But yeah, all in all, I think this was like
It was good.
Good
the
episode.
second half at least, good episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
I got
10
nothing else
minutes.
to say about it. Really.
Good 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
10 minutes. You
that's
do the bones.
It was
that's
at least
all.
15.
At least that's all I really got to say, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
This is Shigaraki's boobs on the frame.
What the fuck?
Good night, everybody.
Stop.
No.
What if I just cut the episode there?
Yeah, just kind
No. Yeah, no more.
Well,
wasn't there some other stuff you wanted to talk about? I realized that.
No, that was it.
yeah. Well, what
No,
we've
just
got
like in
next,
just like in general.
what we've got coming up next with this arc is gonna be real good.
I'm very excited to see what they do with this arc because it's
Yeah.
gonna be probably the
It's gonna be
new
up there.
favorite
Yeah.
for a lot of people.
Great. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be epic. It's gonna be poggers. It's gonna come. It's gonna
It's
gonna
gonna
what?
come. It's gonna come. It's gonna like. It's gonna tickle your prostate. Like, it's gonna be great.
This has been the UA Anime Club podcast. Thank you all so much for listening in. Make sure to like this video, leave a comment, share with your friends, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified when new UA Anime Club episodes coming out, as well as when other Figure 8 content comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see you next adventure.